Good morning, tribe. How is everyone? So, they are building an audience. And I am going to assist with that. So, if you are here, I thank you for being here. Right? And look to the left at the bottom and share. With your friends, right? Because it helps us expand. It helps us grow, and it helps us reach a larger audience, right? So I'm Dr. Camelia Strong, your Own Your Life transformational coach and mentor. And today we're going to talk about attitude, right? Because attitude is like everything. And I'm going to give you some examples actually based on our experience of our January retreat, finding your bliss in the midst of pain. It was a beautiful experience, right? And I got some really good feedback from the ladies who participated. And at the end, we'll discuss the fact that we do have another retreat coming up, and actually several retreats coming up this year, right? So that if you were not able to participate in January, in which our next retreat is going to be in May, you're going to have a couple of opportunities, right? And so I would say, stay tuned, hang in there with us, grow with us, because we want you to be a part of this journey, right? So let's give people a little bit more time. Right? So think about it when we say attitude, right? Attitude. Attitude is everything, right? Attitude is going to determine how your day goes. Attitude will determine how your day functions. Attitude determines how your day ends. Attitude determines at what level you will complete your goals, right? Attitude will dictate how you treat others, right? And not only that, attitude will dictate how you treat yourself. So think about that, right? So when we think about attitude, we recognize that this moment is a perfect opportunity to practice reaching for those good feeling thoughts, right? So when you think about attitude, here's the thing. you look out into the world, right? And when you look out into the world, your attitude is going to determine what you really see. So if you walk into that space and when you rise in the morning, right, and you're looking at everything, and one of the things that I teach my clients, before your feet even hit the floor, right, you say thank you at a minimum 3 times, right? Putting the universe on notice that you're grateful, right? So you'll see in a lot of our talks that where we'll talk about a particular subject, and some of those things will always emerge and come together, right? So if we look at attitude, we also look at the form of gratitude, right? Because they all work together, right? So in order for our attitude to be in a great and high vibrational space, we need to recognize that comes through the act of being grateful. So standing in a space of gratitude, right? And how do we operate in that? So when we look at our attitude and we say our attitude is going to dictate how everything flows, how your day is going, right? How you treat people, how you greet people, even how you respond to those who are not pleasant. You know, how we respond to those who are not kind to us. Our attitude is going to dictate all of that, right? Keeping your vibrations high, operating in a space of joy, gratitude, right? Greatness. That's what we do when we control our attitude. Because attitude is everything, right? So here's the moment to where you can look around and think about those good feelings. Concentrate on what makes you happy, right? For you. Because you create your own happiness, right? Because that's how you look at things. It goes back to how you create your happiness. How you feel about what's going on around you, right? And how you're participating in that. Okay? That is where attitude comes in. So when you think about attitude, think about how you approach your day, how you approach your spouse, how you approach your children, your co-workers, right? And no matter what they do or say, you move in with the intentions, right? Which leads into the behaviors of being kind, being compassionate, working in a space of empathy, right? So picking up those thoughts of feeling good, right? Rather than continuing to push our agenda of being right, right? Because a lot of times we miss things because we just want to be right. Gotta be right. Gotta get the last word in. And in that, right, in that need to be right, it makes you feel angry or distressed. Probably, right, because the people that you're trying to be right with aren't acknowledging your rightness. So the thing here is just, right, just give it up. Right? Just let it go. And operate in a space of creating happy thoughts. Reach for those thoughts that feel good and raise your vibration to a higher level. Right? Your good, your happiness, your well-being all represent your alignment with source. Right? Whatever you may call source. And it resides in those good feeling thoughts. Right? Because the reality is, who cares whether your thought is right if right brings you down, right? Who cares about that? So if feeling good matters, right? And this all operates within the space of attitude. If feeling good matters, it's a sure sign that you're on what is called a high-flying disc, right? As opposed to a low-flying disc of negative emotions and self-destructive behavior, right? And so we've always wanted to feel good, right? I've always wanted to. Most likely you have. Most of us, we really want to feel good, right? And so it's reflected in how we answer things, right? So even when something as simple as the message that's on your telephone, right? When people call you, what do they hear? Right? What do they hear? So when you call and someone calls you, what do they hear? Right? Think about that. Because in that, just like when you speak to people, that is a representation of you. So if you want to feel good, right, then that feel good attitude needs to be expressed in every aspect of your life, right? We follow a lot of teachings from a lot of my mentors. And in our research and in our learning, we find that the simplest things, as like I just mentioned, creating a voice message, right, that puts the caller on notice that I want to feel good, right? And so when you do that, people could do one or two things, right? They're either going to comply or they're going to go the other way. Because that's the vibrational energy that you're putting out there, right? And so if you're staying in a space of happiness, if you're staying in a space of gratitude, those who are not operating in that space, they can't really stay in that space unless they make the adjustments. So that's why it's important to determine whether or not you want to be happy or you want to be right. Especially when right is creating anger and it's creating distress. Right? So we know that by the law of attraction, and we've all heard about the law of attraction. We've heard all the different techniques and different things like that you can do to bring in, right, happiness. Because here's the key. Whatever you put out, that's what you're going to get back. Right? So if you're finding that you're always in situations where it's stressed and it's not really happy and you're just like all over the place, that is actually a reflection of what you're putting out to the universe. It's really that simple. So if you want more joy, right, then you give more joy. If you want more love, you give more love. And you give these things by making sure that you're taking the necessary steps to fill into you. Right? So you make sure that you surround yourself by those great thinkers. Those people who are making those power moves. Right? Those people who know how to operate within the space of joy, happiness, kindness, self-success, and not looking at how successful someone else is and comparing yourself to that, right? You get in those spaces to learn, not to compare, right? That's the key. You get in those spaces to learn, not to compare. So we say again, attitude is everything. And for those of you who are just joining us, again, I'm Dr. Camelia Strong, your Own Your Life transformational coach and mentor. And today we're talking about the idea, the fact that attitude is everything, right? And attitude is about how you approach life, how you approach that interview, how you approach that person who is not being kind, how you approach, people not believing in your dream, right? Because the reality is the Creator gave that dream to you. So it's up to you to operate in a space that is going to push that dream, that idea forward. Again, going back to your attitude, right? How do you see all of this? Right? So when the Creator gives you an idea and gives you that dream, what do you do with it? Are you sitting by waiting for your mother, your father, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, right? Your co-workers, those intimate people in your life to support that? Or are you operating within the attitude of, I got this. It's my dream. It's my goal. So it is my responsibility to see it through, to give it life, right? So all of this will help you build the momentum, right? And train your subconscious mind to look for thoughts that make you feel good. Because when you are aligned, right, with source, when you're aligned with the attitude, the thought, behavior, what really feels good for you, right, then you feel good. Now, and we're not talking about participating in things that are going to be disrespectful or hurtful to others, right? Excuse us. We're not talking about that. We're talking about looking at how you can really grow and be an asset to humanity, to your community, to your family, to your friends, right? To your co-workers. Because when we operate within that, then it spreads, right? It's contagious. A good attitude, working in a space of gratitude, thankfulness, right? Love, joy, those things are contagious. So people grab onto that. And then when they grab onto it, they move forth and they project the same thing, right? So in that, here are a couple of ways to remind yourself to reach for good feeling thoughts. And this come from our late mentor, Dr. Wayne Dyer, right? So one thing that you can do is on your bedpost, right? You can have a sign that says, good things are going to happen. So number one, good things happen. And so you can post that on your bedpost. You can post it in your bathroom, on the mirror, on the walls, whatever, and at your desk, whether you work from home or you work in an office, right? You can put that there and say, good things are going to happen, right? Okay, so we're back. So one, As we were saying earlier, create a sign, right, that says good things are going to happen. And you can post it where you can make sure that you see it every morning and every night, right? Number two, help others focus on feeling good, right? And a way to do that is, when you greet your coworkers and friends and different things like that, you can say, "Hello, friend. Tell me something good." Right? One of the things, as you all know, I'm also so hunt the good stuff. So instead of just saying, um, how are you? Right? Ask them. You can um, with work out, right? Um, hello here, right? So what that does, it helps us anticipate a positive outcome, right? So in saying that attitude is everything, right? Every a perfect opportunity to practice reaching for those good feelings. Yes, you're absolutely correct, and we're working on that. So, um, hopefully, it is better now. The signal is better. Can you hear me better now? Okay, I see some likes, so hopefully that means you can hear me good. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I am seeing that it's, stopping and lagging a little bit, but hopefully you will be able to get the content and it brings value. So thank you. Let us know that. I appreciate. So again, every moment is a perfect opportunity to practice reaching for those good feelings, thoughts, right? The thing is, don't let hassles knock you off your high flying disc, right? So we want to continue to no bad again skipping. Yes. I It's like the more technology we get, right? So we have to, and that is the part of, right, our attitude, right? So in this moment right now, I, as the presenter, can choose to get frustrated, or I can say, okay, it's a little technical difficulty. So forward in hopes it gets better. So those who are listening, you need some good attitude, right? So that we can make it through this and that we can continue to be of service. So celebrate, right? Celebrate by keeping your thoughts happy, hopeful, loving, and forgiving. So feeling good is just a thought away, right? And that is the gist of what we want to be able to convey today, is that feeling good is just a thought away. So just imagine if we really connect to how powerful our thoughts are, right? How powerful our thoughts are. What would you create today? Right? What would you create? Would it be love? Or would it be anger? Would it be peace? Or would it be chaos? It is your choice, right? It is really your choice to look at how you want your day to be, how you want your life to be, right? And moving forward in that space, recognizing that you control the outcome of all of that, all of it. And when I say all, I mean all, because it's all you. Everything that you get is a reflection of what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Know again that attitude is everything. And I'll give you an example, right? Just a few weeks ago, we had our first retreat, and it took place in Tahoe City, California. And it was snowing, right? And yes, we did. We checked the weather, and it was supposed to be snow, but clear, not snowstorm. There's a big difference, right? And as we traveled up that hill, now the focus of the retreat was finding your bliss in the midst of pain. Right? Which is the title of my recent book as well. Patient, right? So one recognizing that would participate. That's all. I for the connection, not the content. That's the great thing about being live, right? Anything can happen. But again, in those moments of distress, in those moments of uncomfortability, right? How are you going to respond? Because even right now, being live and someone's response to whatever the situation is, either that they're not happy with the content that they're receiving, or in the fact that right now the struggle with the internet and the connection is not being our friend, right? And they're not happy about it. The thing is how am I, as the presenter, again, going to respond to that? Again, attitude is everything. So I work within the space of my intent and what's really happening. And that is being able to provide good content no matter what. Everything is not always going to be smooth, right? It is not going to always come wrapped in a pretty bow. You know, like one of my mentors, Lee Nichols, said, sometimes our good stuff comes wrapped up in sandpaper, right? It comes wrapped up in thorns, right? You're going to get scratched up a little bit. But all think of how beautiful it all is on the other end. And that's what we mean when we say attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. So as you go about your day, I want you to be intentional about looking at, pulling up, connecting to those happy thoughts, those good feeling thoughts, because it's your choice. Because in every moment, you can find the happiness. You can connect to your bliss, because it is your birthright. Okay? So, beforehand, I'll give you some upcoming things that we have going on. So we have our next retreat coming up. We do have some events coming up in the next couple of months, and we'll be putting that out. But the big one is our event retreat, I Am Enough, Healing the Heart, Manifest Your Vision retreat, right? And that's going to be happening in May. And the dates are May 26th through the 28th, 2017. So if you look and connect with us on our Facebook page, Dr. Camelia Strong Rising Star, you'll be able to see the event, and it gives all the great details of activities and different things that we're going to be doing during that time. It will also give you the link to your ticket and give you a space to connect me if you want to attend the event, but you have some special circumstances, right? So don't be afraid to invest in you, right? Because that's what this is about. That is what we do, is to help you, excuse me, invest in you. So I look forward to speaking with you again. Please leave your comments. Because we back and check. We want all our conversations to be a dialogue and not a monologue. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for being the journey part-time. This is Camelia Strong, your Own Your Life transformational coach and mentor. I'm asking you to be brilliant and live. Know that I love you, I believe in you, and I appreciate you. Namaste. Peace, family.